Welcome back to the Spanish Homestead. As you can see, we're not actually at the homestead today. We are over at our other land, and I'm going to go through to you the new setup on the irrigation that we've put in. But first, let's just backtrack on this land. So we took over this land about a year ago. We put the goats in here for about 6 months to eat down all the weeds that were growing, and then we came over in the spring and we ridged it up. Now, as you can see, with new ridges, we're going lengthways. When we originally ridged it up, we went that way. We was watering by hose pipes, which we run off a pump and Bowser system because we don't actually have any water here. So what we do is, up at the end there is an irrigation channel, but it doesn't come into the property, it's too low. So we pump the water out of the irrigation into the Bowsers and then pump it round the land. Now, we tried through the summer using hose pipes, but obviously that didn't quite work. We did get some crops off it, but it was just, the soil was setting so hard on the top, even with straw on it, that the water was just running off. It was causing more weeds to grow. We were using more water. So what we've done is we've gone down the drip irrigation line. Now, what we've done over the last week or so is we've set the drip irrigation up. We have planted some stuff in as well, which we'll go through as we walk around. Let's me walk through the system with you. Like I said, we did get some stuff in the summer. We had some tomatoes over here, peppers, aubergines, onions. They all did really well. But towards the middle of the summer, when it was so hot, everything started to die off because it just wasn't getting enough water. So hopefully with the drip irrigation and the straw on top, it will keep the moisture in the ground. It'll also direct the water to the plants. So yeah, let's have a walk around. This is the system as it stands at the minute. We are going to invest in some more Bowsers this year so we can actually hold more water in the tanks. We have the pump, which is an above ground pump, which is then connected to all the Bowsers. So the idea is when they're all empty, if it rains, the water will run off the roof into it, and we can open up taps and they'll all fill up equally. But then as one empties, we can close that one off and we move on to the next one, and then obviously we can fill them up. So that's the system there. And then we have one pipe that just runs all the way up the fence. That Bowser is a spare Bowser that we actually use if there's no water in the irrigation at the end. We put that in the trailer and we go down to the main channel down the road, fill that up, bring it back and pump it in. This is the drip irrigation tape. As you can see, it's not a solid pipe, it's flexible, it will bend. It has little slits in, which probably won't show up very well on camera, but it has little slits in which are 30 centimeters apart. Now you can buy, I think it was 30 centimeters apart, 40 centimeters and 50 centimeters, I think. It comes on a 250 meter roll, which works out, I think if I remember correctly, it was about €40. So yeah, that's the tape. What we've done for the moment, the idea is we've just ran it continuously. So we've gone up and just basically come back down all the way to the end, and then over at the end we've literally just folded it over and stuck a zip tie around it, and that stops the water coming out the end. We are going to try and get a proper end connector for that, but for now that works. On this end, what we've done is we've got an insert piece which we put in, which is ridged, and you've pushed it into the solid pipe and then pushed the drip irrigation over the top. Put a Jubilee clip on that, and then we've got that just connected to the hose pipe. So the idea is going to be, what we will do eventually is we're going to put a solid pipe along here, we'll cut into these, and then we'll put isolation valves on them so that if we're not using a certain bed, we can actually turn that one bed off instead of wasting the water. Now, the drip irrigation will only take 1 bar of pressure. So what we've done at the minute, because it's on the tap, we can actually just control the pressure, but we have got a pressure reducer to go on the pump, which then will only let out 1 bar of pressure. So that's how that'll work. But as you can see, we've got red cabbage in, we've planted broad beans in there, and then over at the top we've got caboli, cauliflower and cabbage up there as well. Still got some butternut squashes growing, quite a few in there, ready to be picked now. So we'll get in there later on today and pick them out. We've actually left this middle bit because we wanted to leave the butternut squashes in to see if we can actually get a bit of more bigger crop out of them over the winter, because these were planted way behind ours at home, so hopefully we'll be able to get a bit of more of a crop out of them. So guys, that is how we're going to irrigate this bit of land that we've got. We've got some other projects coming up as well over the next few months. So like I say, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, let's tell people about us, and we will catch you guys on the next one.